We're about to join another amazing talk, but just before we do, I want to say a huge thank you to our sponsors, speakers, and you, our wonderful audience, for making this event possible. With expert presentations and inspirational discussions on the agenda, you are in for a real treat today. Please ensure you are sharing your feedback and asking all questions in the comment section of the video, as our speakers will be answering them throughout their session. After the event, a great place to continue the conversation is in the Developer Marketing Alliance Slack community, where you will be able to connect with peers, get access to fresh content, and discover new opportunities. I'll be posting the sign-up link regularly in the comments, so if you're not already involved, keep your eyes peeled and join the discussion. And remember, you can gain on-demand access to all of our exclusive event footage with the DMA Pro membership. So with all that in mind, let's dive back in.
Hi everyone, welcome to the Online Developer Marketing Summit. Throughout the day, you'll be hearing from marketing colleagues presenting case studies and best practices to better market to developer audiences. My name is Hector, GHF, Growth Marketing Lead at Goldman Sachs, and I will give you an overview of a robust developer marketing strategy. Needless to say, this is a blueprint that can be applied not just to finance, but really to any software as a service organization, and particularly to any enterprise expanding their portfolio into digital solutions. A quick intro about me. My core background is marketing. I have covered both brand building and product development. About 4 years ago, I got interested in the finance space and joined the Goldman Sachs team, where we recently launched our platform for developers. Before that, I spent a decade at Google in various marketing and design roles. One constant across my career has been a focus on performance and growth. On a personal level, you'll find out that I love tacos, and contrary to the title of this presentation, you are more than welcome to take me out for dinner. Now, let's hear from you. If you can scan the code or go to the link, let me know what industry you work in, besides technology, of course. It's just a quick poll to get a sense of the room. So, financial services. This is an industry that has experienced rapid change in the last years and will continue to evolve as new technologies are applied to provide better financial solutions. For us, we had to learn about a new audience segment to reach out to, with unique characteristics that differ from the well-known traditional clients. The same is true for other companies that are going through a digital transformation process, and all of a sudden they see themselves in need of stronger relationships with the developer community. Whereas these companies have traditionally relied on account-based marketing to reach new clients, developers are saying, "Don't take me out for dinner. I'm not interested in that. Rather, let me play with your product, understand how I can use it, and then I'll decide if it's for me or not." And by the way, this is an actual quote from a user. So where do we start? As with any other business, a good place to start is with product market fit. This is a common marketing equation that is usually overlooked. Give the right users the right product at the right time. Simply put, if your product fits in the market, you're halfway there. Now, to build a strong product market fit, we need to start not with the product, but with the market. What is the user telling you? What is the job they're trying to accomplish, and what are the pain points? Once you have a sense of that, and I mean a research-based sense of that, ask, how can I help? What do I have, or what can I develop to minimize your pain points and provide you with convenience? And finally, let's make a business of it. How much would you be willing to pay for my help? Is it a one-time transaction or would you need a subscription for it? In other words, if done correctly, user experience, product development, and commercial strategy will determine how strong your product market fit is. Now, it is a role of both product and developer marketers to be involved in all the steps of the process and to be the connecting point across them. Both product and developer marketers need to be fluent in all areas and help with the communication flow. Developer marketers are the champions of the user, the champions of the product, and the champions of the business. So in simple terms, there is a problem, there is a solution being offered, and we give a specific value, enough to make it competitive and appealing. Therefore, we have ourselves our unique value proposition. Now, moving on. We crafted the product with user insights. Now we need to deliver it and delight our users. So let's do a bit more research on our audiences. What's the best way to approach them? From the product market fit exercise, we identified a total addressable market. We did some segmentation and now we have a few target users. It's important to note that in many cases our users are not the same as our customers. Whether we are in B2B or B2B2C, we need to understand who we are having a commercial relationship with. So let's create ideal customer profiles. Now, this is where it gets interesting. Traditionally, we know how to create our buying personas. Pretty much we understand the roles of these in the buying cycle. But with digital products, we need to make sure we are covering the needs of all our segments. We've probably mastered the office of the CFO, and in some cases, we also know how to address the CIO. Now, are we prepared to demonstrate our value to our tech users? And are we considering the developers at all? They are the ones who will implement our solution after all. So we definitely need to convince them. Around 96% of developer leaders are involved in the buying cycle, and they make the decision based on input and feedback from their developer teams. So as marketers, we better understand who they are, where they are, and how we can reach them and engage them better. There are existing studies that can give us some clues about this segment, whether it's demographics, psychographics, popular coding languages, you name it. However, I would encourage you to get immersed in the developer community. Remember that as much as we champion the product and the business, we as developer marketers are the voice of the developer and should represent them properly. Developer marketing is truly developer relations, so we need to build those relations. Once we understand and empathize with developers, then we can craft our unique selling proposition. Now, we saw that we have a few buying personas to address. We're expanding our reach to developers, but we still need to care for other groups. The CFOs, the COOs, who else is involved in the buying committee? For most enterprise organizations, account-based marketing is an effective way of reaching customers. Sales and marketing work together to identify and vet high-potential accounts and then plan a go-to-market strategy to engage them. Developer marketing complements this work and should be executed as an orchestrated effort. Let's take a look at the components of a developer marketing go-to-market strategy. In general terms, we need to understand our value proposition and goals. We need to have a clear message. We need to identify the right channels for this message. And we need to create the right opportunities for engagement to happen. Let's unpack these concepts a bit more. We already did our homework crafting our value proposition. In there, we are reflecting our brand story and voice. We have our positioning and a clear understanding of what jobs need to be done. we need to make sure we also have clear objectives and key results. We take on this work and generate our comms and content strategy, covering the path across the buying cycle, from thought leadership and white papers to technical documentation and step-by-step tutorials. We identify the channels where we will find our audience, whether it's on an external publication as earned media, a keynote at an industry event, or the good old paid on social media. And finally, we make sure we have the right engagement mechanisms in place for nurturing and strengthening those developer relations we are forging. Are we present in conferences? Can we run product hackathons? Maybe the interaction is done via chatbot. Implementing good engagement mechanisms will allow us to ultimately have growth loops along the way. So, when creating our go-to-market strategy, let's remember the buyer's journey and be present across the developer's learning path to facilitate their decision-making process. Starting from when they identify a pain point, be there in advance. When they are evaluating multiple solutions, let them try yours. Show them why yours ticks all the boxes. Show them your roadmap and make them part of it. When they are running viability analysis, show them how easy your product is to implement. Finally, when they are ready to invest, support them along the way. Plot twist: developer marketing does not end when the purchase is made. It goes hand in hand with the product lifecycle, and particularly with the software development lifecycle. And thanks to lean and agile software development, we know that life cycles can be extended and maximized. So our marketing and business strategy needs to evolve from a sales-led to a product-led growth. Make the product the center point and have developers contribute to their evolution. We're in the business of creating value, and the success of our users is also our success. Some considerations to be aware of when moving from a sales-led business to a product-led one. First, whereas a traditional marketing funnel roughly considers these stages: awareness, consideration, and conversion, a growth marketing funnel considers product usability phases and ultimately a user's experience end-to-end journey. Second, traditionally as marketers, we support our sales teams with pitch decks, battle cards, and what have you. But are we supporting our buyers throughout their discovery path? Particularly with developers who are curious by nature, prompt to discover and dissect solutions for themselves. Are we serving them with the right content at the right time? Are we enabling them with the right tools to use our product and make an informed decision to purchase? 71% of B2B buyers would consider spending more than $50,000 in a self-service model. That is with no intervention from a sales rep. This trend is only expected to go up in the coming years. At the end of the day, we should put our attention and efforts into the user experience, and in case of developer marketing, the developer experience. Make them succeed, and you'll succeed with them. So what does a good developer experience look like? In simple terms, there are 4 elements that need to be present in order to offer a good developer experience. 1, we need to offer an easy way for developers to get from 0 to hero, no friction, and as minimum steps as possible. 2, developers need a test and learn environment. Whether it's trial period or a sandbox ecosystem, we need to enable a try before you buy option as much as possible. 3rd, an admin control is required to monitor and manage usage and pricing. Are we offering developers this granular level? And 4th, whether it is self-service documentation, direct contact with a support team, or inbound mechanisms to provide feedback and feature requests. Developers are an active part of our product development, so involve them. Lastly, with a go-to-market strategy ready and a good developer experience laid down, how do we measure success? It is time to analyze results, learn the insights, and drive business growth. Assuming we had clear and defined campaign objectives and key results right at the beginning, we now need to establish a good measurement framework. Think again about the customer journey and the expanded marketing funnel. What key performance indicators do we need to monitor and analyze across the different stages? Going back to our objectives, what are the KPIs that will tell us how we performed? Truth is, we can get lost in a sea of KPIs. Some might fall into the category of vanity metrics, not giving us any valuable insight. Some might be vital to understand the health of our business. There is one golden rule though. Don't chase metrics for the sake of it. Instead, chase customer success. Now, we analyzed our performance and we have a few learnings. What are the changes we need to make to enable sustained growth? How can we implement growth loops across the funnel? The idea here is to build and automate as much as possible marketing workflows that will recapture and re-engage our users. Furthermore, we want our existing users to be advocates of our product and help us onboard new users. So let's also facilitate that. Ultimately, we want to get to a stage where we use machine learning, modeling, and similar technology to trigger predictive marketing based on certain signals. So the goal here is to evolve from a traditional marketing funnel to a self-sustained growth flywheel. Attract, engage, and delight. So to wrap things up, let's review what we discussed today. Number 1, start with your product market fit. Developer marketers must have a full sense of the problem, the solution, and the value. Number 2, understand the user, your customer, and all the buying personas involved. 3, expand the reach. Align your developer marketing strategy with other marketing efforts and know when and how to engage developers as they go through the buying cycle. 4, focus on product-led growth. Enable the developer to reach success with your product. And finally, analyze, learn, and grow. Optimize your product and re-engage your users. Before I finish the presentation, I'd like to ask if we can go back to our poll and let's answer this. In your opinion, how valued is developer marketing in your organization? You should be seeing the results as they come in. Developer marketing is not new as a practice, but there is still work to be done inside organizations to reflect its value. It is not brand marketing, and our strategy will fail if we think it is. We also know that developer marketing is a long-lasting relationship that doesn't end in the acquisition. It continues along the product lifecycle. So let's keep learning from each other. This is a great space with an incredible community that has tons of knowledge to share. Thank you all for watching. If you want to connect with me, you can find me on LinkedIn or feel free to ping me on the Developer Marketing Alliance Slack. I hope you enjoy the rest of the talks.